Hey guys, it is Tuesday, October 29th, 2024, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. So we are almost done with the month of October 2024, wrapping up the theme with the theme of free saturation plugins and also creative effect plugins. And of course, we're always going to touch on some free instruments, synths, things of that nature at the end. So let's get on with it. Tomorrow should be the last video, last live stream for the month. So because of how my week is this week, I got to do them back to back, Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm pushing for that to happen. So for today, we have Dirty Pumper. Your first saturation plugin is Dirty Pumper. So this one is from the developer SNFK. That is SNFK. So with this one, like it says, it is kind of dirty. It actually has a very realistic sound to it. The saturation, the way that it does saturate. It is just very dirty when it does it. So depending on what you're going for, you can apply this one very lightly, or you can apply it very heavily. But they give you some pretty decent controls, which gives you some cool options. So you have the dirt option here, the drive option. There is a low pass filter, and the low pass filter is actually being applied to the input. So before you hit the quote unquote drive circuits that's going to saturate and dirty up the signal, you can apply the low pass filter, and it seems like it goes all the way up to 100 hertz. It might be, I don't know what that 0 to 100 is, if it actually represents hertz, but we have 0 to 100 on this low pass knob. Right here we have input, output, and we have positive and negative, and it just affects the positive and negative amplitudes is what they're saying. So this is Dirty Pumper from SNFK. Next up, we have Prebox. Prebox is from Analog Obsessions. It's Analog Obsession. This one's been around for a while. They've been revamping it. They kind of redid the interface a little bit. They've been just making adjustments with the interface to make it more streamlined. I know definitely they changed that with the mode selector over here. Just the way it was laid out before, it's different. I think before they used to have all the modes listed at these notches. Now they just have the numbers, and as you change the mode, it shows you here what mode you're in. And these are the different types of saturation mode / preamp modes to apply your saturation and distortion. So they'll have stuff like tube and circuitry and stuff like that. Different names to give you the different modes. Just listen to it and see which one gives you the effect that you're going for, the best result. So with Analog Obsession, they've also been updating the plugins, the algorithms, how smooth they work, how effective they are, and just their overall interface upgrades. This one comes with 4x oversampling, which is very important when you are dealing with something like saturation / distortion. So as it says here, we have 11 selectable preamp modes. You push your input to drive whatever mode you have selected to drive more of it and get more saturation and distortion. The more you drive the input is the more you'll hear it. And then we have an output gain adjustment here for you to kind of gain match and balance out your levels, so you can keep saturating, bring your level down or bring it up based on what you want. Over here we have a high pass, and then we have a low pass filter. So high pass filter, low pass filter. The high pass filter has preset notches that goes from flat to 80 to 300, and then this one says 300 plus 80. I don't know what that means. I'm figuring it's 380. On the low pass filter side, you just have flat and 3000. That's it. So that's it for Prebox from Analog Obsession. Next up, we have for the creative effects, we have A1 trigger gate. So as it says, it is a gate set to a sequencer. So you can sequence some gating effects, which is going to give you more rhythm and more movement to your sound, whether it be just a static sound, vocal, a melody. So the cool thing about this one is, one, like I said, you're going to get rhythmic gating. There's a lot that you can do with how that sounds, because we have an envelope here, and you can set the attack, the hold, decay, sustain, and release of the envelope, which is going to affect how that gate opens and closes, and it's going to affect the way the rhythm sounds and how it bounces and moves as it's opening and closing the gate. Over here, we have some more things like makeup, swing time, which is going to give you more rhythmic variations. And up here, you can set up the sequencer, how many steps are on the sequence per bar, so on and so forth. You can really, do all the typical things that you would do with a step sequencer up here. And then the cool thing is they also have distortion and delay built into this effect. So you can get very creative with a gating effect, especially with the fact that we have low pass filter, we have drive distortion, and we have an echo delay here, which is very unique and very cool features for a free delay. Over here, I'm noticing that they have the pattern variations here that you can set up. So they have, this looks like A through H. So you have 8 different patterns that you can dial in and then switch between them, automate the patterns to switch, because you are affecting the sequences with the different sequences that you can have going on. This interface is resizable, and I'm assuming this is available for Mac and PC. So definitely check that one out. Next up, we have Doppler Dome. So Doppler Dome is pretty much recreating the Doppler effect, which is basically that effect that you get when the listener and the sound source are traveling either in different directions or the same direction. So they're traveling towards each other or away from each other, and you get the audio anomaly of a pitch shifting while the volume is changing, whether the volume is getting louder or quieter, and you have the pitch changing as the distance is changing. So this is going to allow you to get that effect. In application, I really don't know. I haven't had a need for applying this effect to create that effect, that audio anomaly. So I don't really see an application for it, but I know it's there. I think Wave might have something like this. So this is a free version if you're looking for the Doppler effect. We have Doppler Dome from Egan Music. This plugin right here, A1 Trigger, I didn't say who the developer is. Developer is Alex Hilton. So with Doppler Dome, it's pretty much it. It has, panning. It has volume control, pitch, of course, bending, and then they have this graphical representation here with this graph and this curve that you can tweak and manipulate to get that Doppler sound. So for the effect, the instruments, we have Black Keys 3 Lite. So this one is pretty much kind of like a keyboard synth. It's been sampled. They sampled a lot of different famous keyboards to create the different presets. So each preset or a couple of presets might be from famous legendary legacy style keyboard like a Prophet 5 or the Juno 4 or the CS80. They have the Nina, the Iridium, the Super 6. These are all different synths that they sampled, created presets, and then why did that go out? They sampled, created presets. Give me a second here, guys. Why is this light doing this? There we go. That's what happens when you're live. Your light goes out. Anyway, so what do we have here? So they sample one of these hardware devices. They create a preset. They sample the device from one of the presets, and then they add effects to it and process it differently. And that's how they created the presets within here. So each preset, they're using different legendary keyboards and synthesizers to create the presets within this plugin. Hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. So in the light version, there are 22 different instruments, basically 22 different presets. There is a full version to this. You can check it out if you want. Otherwise, the interface is very straightforward, very modern. There are some effects built in. We see reverb here, chorus, delay, distortion. We have an ADSR section here. There is glide, volume, panning. You got your presets up here. The interface is resizable. There's a poly, there's a mono mode, all the typical things. Has very good sounds, nice inspirational sounds that can get you started, whether it be R&B, hip hop, trap, drill, things of that nature. It can pretty much handle most of the popular genres that you'll be using this for. And like I said, pretty updated interface. It is resizable, all that good stuff. Last up, we have ROMplay 2. This one is from Electronic Sound Lab. And Black Keys 3 Lite is from LFO Audio. That's the name of the developer. So with ROMplay 2, this one has a ton of presets. Tons of presets. So the good thing about this one, I'm trying to understand why there's no information there. Give me a second here, guys. Why is that? Do I have it here? ROMplay. Here we go. There we go. Let's update that. And let's refresh this. There we go. Alright, so with ROMplay, we have, like I said, pretty straightforward interface. There are a lot of presets. They're saying there's 144. Yeah, I know there's a lot. 144 presets, high quality, good sounds. Good sounds to start a song with. Be like your main lead, melody sound. And then they have a lot of good layering, backing sounds, textures, things of that nature. So on the interface, we have gain, ADSR, we have panning. There's some sections here for your waveform, LFO source, LFO destination, so you can do some modulation here. Filter type, voice mode, that would be for the polyphonic and monophonic modes. And I guess legato mode, which I'm still not understanding. But we have LFO rate, LFO depth, there is glide, cutoff, filter cutoff here, and we have a built-in reverb. So this one, I don't think the interface is resizable on this one. Hopefully they update that soon. It's not that serious because there's not that much tweaking to be done on this. It's all about the presets with this one, so it's not a big deal. But on a high quality monitor, high definition monitor like a 4K or 2K monitor, it might be a little bit of an issue if it does not resize. I might be wrong with the resizing thing, but I don't remember if this one resizes. So hopefully if it's not resizable, they think about doing that soon. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I am tired. You can hear it. I'm rambling. But the link is in the description, and it'll take you to this blog page. And you can go there, click on the corresponding links for those plugins that I just discussed. Check out, whatever you're interested in, and add them to your arsenal. Otherwise, there is a link in the description for a video series called PC Specs and how it relates to music production. So if you're looking to understand how your computer's internal parts works along with your DAW to help you do music smoothly, produce music, mix, master, track MIDI, track audio, things of that nature, sample smoothly without any hitches or glitches or issues. Check out that video. It'll give you some insight on how it all works and what you need to pay attention to based on your workload and your workflow and what you're looking to do present and for the future. If you're looking for a new rig, this will help you understand what you need to pay attention to as far as the specs and where you need to focus your money to make sure you get the best performance for what you're trying to get done. So check that out. There's also a link in the description for a growing playlist for these videos that I do twice a week. If you're looking for more free VST plugins, that playlist will send you to a ton more videos introducing you to some new plugins, free VST plugins, if you're looking for more. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll be back next week. We'll be in November by then with the new theme for November. Stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching, and as always, you will see me in the next video.